Hello friends, today we are discussing steam power plant. In steam power plant we are discuss first working. Let's start. In working we see steam power plant. Steam power plant basically operates on the Rankine cycle. Steam power plant basically operate on the Rankine cycle. Is burned in a boiler which converts water into steam. The steam is expanded in a turbine which produces mechanical power driving the alternator coupled to the turbine, which is coupled to turbine. The steam after expansion in prime mover is usually condensed in a condenser which is fed to the boiler again. In practice, however, a large number of modifications and improvements have been made so as to affect economy and improve the thermal efficiency of the plant. The working of a modern coal-fired steam power plant can be studied conventionally with the help of various cycles. Let's start. First cycle, main section of steam power plant. First is steam generating equipment. Steam generating equipment in we see boilers used in steam power plant are two types: fire tube boilers and use restricted to low cost, small size and pressure about 10 kg per centimeter square, and water tube boilers. Boiler may be a straight or bent tube, single or multi-drum, horizontal and vertical inclined tube. Next is condenser. Condenses the steam exhausted from the turbine and helps in the maintaining low pressure below atmospheric at the exhaust, thereby allowing expansion of steam in the turbine to a very low pressure. The exhaust steam is condensed and used as feed water for the boiler. The maintenance of high vacuum in the condenser is initial for efficient operation. A vacuum pump is initial to remove the air leakage into the condenser. Condenser are two types: jet or contact condensers and surface condenser. Modern steam power plant mostly use surface condenser. Most efficient operation of temperature rise in cooling water passing through the condenser should be about 10 degrees Celsius. Third main part is prime mover. Nowadays steam engines, because of their reciprocating motion, have become obsolete and steam turbines are usually employed as prime movers. According to the action of steam and on moving blades, there are two types of turbines: impulse and reaction. Impulse turbine and reaction turbine, two types. According to the type of flow of steam, the steam turbines used are two types, namely axial flow and radial. Axial flow and radial. Axial and radial. The steam turbines used are horizontal shaft and may be considering non-condensing, single shaft, multiple shaft, or single or multiple cylinder. Fourth part is spray pond and cooling towers. Small plants are used spray ponds and medium large power plants are used cooling towers to cool the warm water coming out from condensers for reuse in case of natural sufficient supply of water is not available. Fourth part is spray ponds and cooling towers. Small plants use spray ponds and medium large plants use cooling towers to cool warm and water coming out from the condensers. For reuse in case of natural sufficient supply of water is not available, a cooling tower is a steel or concrete structure. A cooling tower, this is main point, steel or concrete structure having a reservoir at the bottom of the storage cooled water. The height of the tower may be 100 meters, so spray pond consists of water tank in which the hot water is distributed pipes throughout the and spray in the through nozzles at the suitable pressure. The water is cooled by the both convection and expansion. Main point is the water is cooled by both convection and evaporation. Fifth point is coal handling plant. In coal handling plant is modern days. Its function is automatic feeding of coal of the boiler furnace. A grate to bottom of the function holds of the fuel blade. Coal is weighed and led to the hopper through a conveyor mechanism, and from hopper it is fed to the grate through the from stoker mechanism. The stoker may be an off-feed, overfeed and underfeed stoker depending upon the whether coal and entry is above or below at the year entry. Third main section is pulverizing plant. In modern steam power plant, coal is pulverized, ground to dust-like size carried to the furnace in a stream of air. The advantage of using pulverizing fuel include higher boiler efficiency, low air requirements, lower fan power and easy and complete combustion, fast response to load variation and low blanking losses. The main disadvantage are extra investment in pulverizing plant and steps like as removal equipment and added power requirement of the pulverizing mill. The coal handling in a power plant using pulverizing coal includes equipments, sizing, drying, storing, sizing, drying, measuring, milling, and sorting, and transporting coal from coal storage yard to the boiler. Next is seventh part is draft system. The combustion in the boiler needs supply to sufficient quantity of air and removal of exhaust gases. Natural draft is provided by the chimney and is employed for small boilers, larger boilers, and need mechanical draft movement of air, which may consist of forced draft, include draft, or both. In forced draft system, the blower is installed near the base of the boiler, where as in induced draft system and boiler is installed near the base of the chimney. To achieve advantage of both, in balanced draft we use both forced draft fan and induced draft fan can be used. Next part is as handling plant. In as handling plant, the steam power station produce hundreds of tons of ash daily, and quite elaborate equipment is required for removal ash from the boilers, and its disposal is difficult in modern days. Next part is control room. In the control room, in case of remote control, houses all the necessary measuring instrument for each panel of alternator and feeder, synchronizing gear, protective gear, automatic voltage regulator AVR, communication arrangement etc. etc. A separate battery room, motor generator set, or a rectifier is also installed for supplying a make and trip circuit of switchgear. In case of outdoor switchgear, normally compressed air is used for operation. Our next point is switchyard. The switchyard houses transformer, circuit breakers, and switches for connecting and disconnecting the transformer circuit breaker. It is also lightning arrestor for the protection of the power station against lightning strokes. The supply to the bus bar from alternator is taken through transformer and circuit breaker of suitable ratings. The power station over and above the requires workshop, store, labor canteen, library, also residential accommodation for the operating staff. Thank you for watching this. If you like this video, please share. In this session, we discussing different parts of steel power plant. Next session we are discussing numerical of steel power, thermal power plants. So stay tuned.